Welcome back, adventurers.
Oh, yeah.
For today's deep dive,
Sounds good.
we're going way back in time to the classic Greyhawk module,
Oh, cool.
Patriots of Ulek.
Nice.
And if you want to follow along with us,
Yeah.
there's a link to the free PDF in the video description.
Very cool.
This module is an adventure for levels 1 to 3.
Okay.
And we're going to be talking about how you can use this content
Right.
in your modern 5th edition games.
Yeah.
Set in the world of Greyhawk.
Sounds great. What I like about Patriots of Ulek is that it really does hold up.
Okay.
Even for modern 5th edition D&D.
So this takes place in the Principality of Ulek,
Yes.
right? Which is one of the human nations in the world of Greyhawk.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not familiar with it, it's kind of in the middle of the Flanaess,
Right.
in that sort of southeastern quadrant.
Yeah. Constantly under threat
Right.
from those Pomarj hordes.
Yeah. Tons of orcs and goblins. And
Yeah.
all sorts of nasty humanoids.
That's right. And this module really throws you right into the thick of it.
Okay.
So the players are summoned by Prince Olinstaad Corond himself, the ruler of Ulek,
Okay.
and he's got a problem.
Right.
The province of Princefeld,
Yeah.
which is home to Ulek's finest archers and woodsmen,
Okay.
haven't responded to his call to arms.
Oh, no.
Yeah, something's wrong, and it's up to the PCs to figure out what.
So immediately it's like, hey, the fate of the nation rests on your shoulders.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's a pretty good hook right there, right off the bat.
For sure.
What I really like about this module is the journey to Princeville.
Uh-huh.
It's not just like, okay, you travel for 3 days and you get there.
Right.
It's this dangerous trek through a war-torn land.
Absolutely. It really kind of foreshadows what's going to happen in the module itself.
And so this takes place along the Prince's Road.
Yes.
The main route to Princeveld. You're going to be encountering all sorts of remnants
Oh, yeah.
of the Pomarj advance force, right?
That's right. Orc and goblin patrols.
Uh-huh.
You'll find ravaged farmsteads.
Yeah.
It really paints a picture of just how bad things are getting.
Instead of telling the players what's happening, you're showing them.
Right.
It really makes an impact.
And the encounters really drive that point home, too.
Well, like what?
Well, for example, there's a chance that the players will encounter a band of dwarven warriors from Irongate.
Okay.
And they could be in the middle of a battle with some humanoid raiders.
Nice.
And that gives the players an opportunity to really prove themselves and earn the gratitude of the dwarves.
Now, the dwarves from Irongate are a really big deal, right?
Of course.
Because Irongate is...
It's a legendary stronghold south of the Near Dive.
Yes, exactly.
And they've got those forges.
And, you know, maybe helping those dwarves will get you some access to those forges later on down the line, right?
Exactly.
And this module just does a great job
at
planting those seeds for future adventures.
Yeah.
It's not all sunshine and roses, though, right?
No, it's not. There are some grim reminders of what war can do to a place.
Right.
There's an encounter where players might stumble upon a farmstead.
Yeah.
And it's been completely destroyed by orcs. Yeah, a very sobering reminder of what they're up against.
And these orcs and goblins, they're not just numbers on a battlefield.
Right.
These are real people, real families.
Yeah.
Real lives that are being affected by this war.
Absolutely. And there's another encounter that I think really emphasizes that.
Right.
And that's the possibility of capturing an orc straggler.
Okay, you get some intel.
Yes.
Find out what's going on.
Maybe learn a bit about their plan.
Okay.
Their numbers.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
There's also this possibility of uncovering something a little more sinister, that this orc might reveal that there's someone within Princefeld who's actually aiding the Pomarj.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that adds intrigue.
It's not just a rescue mission anymore.
Exactly.
Like a spy thriller, right?
That's right.
And then you finally arrive in Princefeld, and it's almost like eerily quiet.
Like the calm before the storm, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's very strange.
It is.
Because you've just traveled through this war-torn land.
Yeah.
And now you're in this seemingly idyllic province.
It just feels off.
So the first stop on our investigation is this village of Brenflus.
Okay.
And when you get there, the villagers are really worried.
Oh, no. Wow.
Their Graf, who's like their local lord, Graf Twimbly, is sick.
Oh.
And the royal herald, who was sent to deliver the muster order, has gone missing.
Oh, so right off the bat, we've got a couple of problems, right?
So is the Graf's illness natural?
Uh-huh.
What happened to this missing herald?
All right.
Is it connected to why Prinsfeld hasn't responded to the call to arms?
Exactly.
So from there, you travel to Oakenborough, which is a much larger town.
Okay.
And it's ruled by this really jovial but seemingly oblivious Lord Mayor named Chevlis.
All right.
And he's just dismissing the threat from the Pomarj entirely.
Oh, wow.
He's like, oh, everything's fine.
Whoa.
Don't worry about it.
Interesting.
And it just makes you wonder, is he willfully ignorant?
Yeah.
Is there something else going on here? Is he maybe connected to that traitor that the orc mentioned earlier?
Right, exactly.
And the module does a great job of not giving you those easy answers.
Yeah.
It's up to the players to figure it out.
Right.
So then we go to Riddling's Pass.
Okay.
Which is this really cool halfling township.
I love the halflings.
Yeah. And they're concerned about these muster orders, too.
Makes sense.
They're not panicking.
Okay.
But they're definitely worried. And they're like, you should probably go talk to the Graph.
Right.
So you're following this breadcrumb trail of clues and information.
Okay.
But you're not getting the full picture yet.
Uh-huh.
And from there, you go to Camberley Farm.
Right.
And the people there are really terrified.
Oh, no.
They've been through goblin raids before.
Okay.
They know what's up.
Uh-huh.
And they're specifically worried about the Graph's seneschal.
Oh, what's his name?
Horaz.
Okay.
And the seneschal is like the chief steward, right?
Right, the guy who's managing the Graph's affairs.
Yeah, and so the fact that they're scared of him is not a good sign.
Definitely a red flag.
Yeah, it's like you walk into a room and you can just tell something's wrong.
Yeah.
It's giving off bad vibes.
Right. So we left off with our heroes at Graf Twembley's manor.
Right. Yeah, lots of bad vibes there.
Yeah, and the module really does a good job of supporting different play styles.
So some groups might want to try a more sneaky approach, right?
Right. Gather intel, maybe try to overhear some plans, while other groups might just want to kick down the door and start fighting.
Yeah, just going swords blazing.
You're right.
Yeah. And the module actually supports both of those play styles. So let's say you want to go the stealthy route. There's actually a hidden door in the wall surrounding the manor.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So if you're observant, you might be able to find it and sneak in.
I like it.
Of course, if you want to go the more direct route, there's always the option of just storming the front gate.
Oh, yeah.
Now, that's going to be a tough fight.
For sure.
But maybe that's what your group wants to do.
Exactly.
It's all about player choice, right?
I love that.
So the manor itself isn't just a straight-up dungeon crawl.
Okay.
There are multiple paths, secret areas, lots of opportunities for clever play.
Okay, like what?
Well, for instance, there's a desecrated chapel of St. Cuthbert on the grounds.
All right.
Now, this could just be set dressing.
Yeah.
But you could also use it as a source of clues.
Okay.
Maybe there's a hidden message there left by a previous visitor.
Right.
Or maybe it's consecrated ground that offers some sort of protection against the manor's current residents.
Yeah, I like that.
So let's talk about the prisoners.
Okay.
Remember that missing herald?
Oh, yeah.
From earlier?
Right.
Well, he might be found in the manor's vaults.
Oh, no.
Along with Graf Twembley's family and some other prisoners.
Okay.
Now, rescuing them is obviously the heroic thing to do.
Yeah.
But it also adds a whole other layer of complexity to the mission.
Okay.
Because now you're not just worried about defeating enemies.
Yeah.
You're also worried about protecting innocence.
Right.
And what if the prisoners slow the party down? What if they get caught in the crossfire?
Exactly.
It really raises the stakes.
Absolutely.
So there's this encounter in the manor house with Horaz's elite half-orc guards.
Okay.
That I think is really interesting.
All right.
Now, these aren't just your average orcs.
Yeah.
These are skilled warriors.
Okay.
They're loyal to Horaz, and they're probably pretty well equipped.
So they're going to be a challenge for the players to overcome.
And here's where you can really use some of those 5th edition tactics.
Okay.
These half-orcs, they're described as favoring flanking maneuvers.
Okay, so they're trying to get around behind the players.
Yeah, and so maybe the players could use a spell like Grease to create a slippery surface and make it harder for them to flank.
I like that.
Or, you know, maybe use a spell like Entangle to restrain them.
Okay.
And give the party an advantage.
I can just picture this battle in the manor house.
Yes.
Spells flying everywhere.
Swords clashing. Yeah, it would be a really cool encounter.
Yeah, it would be a lot of fun to run that.
And if the players manage to defeat the guards, they might be able to find some clues in Horaz's quarters that could expose the whole conspiracy.
Right, because we're still trying to figure out who's helping the Pomarj.
Yeah.
And Haraz is looking pretty suspicious.
And remember those goblins in the sus forest?
Oh, yeah.
Well, they weren't just a rumor.
Oh, no.
A huge horde of Pomarj warriors is about to emerge from that forest.
So things are about to get really bad for the people of Principality.
It's like the heroes have just climbed one mountain, and now they're facing an even bigger one.
Exactly.
Our heroes are in a really bad spot right now.
Yeah, things are not looking good for Principality.
A whole horde of Pomarj warriors is coming right at them.
Talk about a cliffhanger, right?
Well, it just wouldn't be D&D if there weren't overwhelming odds, right?
That's right. It's all about finding a way to win, even when it seems impossible.
And that's where Patriots of Ulek really shines.
Yeah, this is where things get really exciting.
So picture this. Your players have just escaped from the manor, they've rescued some prisoners, and now they're racing back to the city. A Rittermarsch.
Right, they're trying to warn everyone about the Pomarj horde.
But wait, there's more.
Oh no, what now?
They've got a pack of goblin wolf riders on their tail.
Oh man, those are nasty. Fast and ferocious.
I can just imagine that scene, right?
Oh yeah, a desperate chase through the forest.
Goblins howling, torches blazing, arrows flying through the air.
Talk about a cinematic encounter.
So they finally make it to Rittermarsch.
Okay.
But the city's already in chaos.
Of course, the Pomarj are attacking.
And remember Marshal Gareth, the one who was delaying the muster?
Oh yeah, the one who was probably working with the Pomarj.
Well, his treachery is finally revealed.
So now what?
Well, that leaves Captain Rinulf in charge, who's a good guy.
Okay.
Brave, but totally inexperienced.
Not good when you're facing a horde of Pomarj warriors.
It's the classic underdog scenario, right?
Yeah, the defenders are outnumbered and outgunned.
But that's where the players come in.
Right. They have a chance to turn the tide.
They can use their knowledge of the city to set up ambushes, rally the demoralized militia, or even go after key enemy leaders like Haraz.
That's what I love about this module.
What's that?
It gives the players so much agency.
Yeah, their choices really matter.
If they succeed, they could save Principality, earn the gratitude of Prince Olinstaad, maybe even become knights.
That's a pretty awesome reward.
But even if they fail, their actions can still have an impact.
The Pomarj might sack the city, but they probably won't stay there forever.
Right. They're more interested in plunder than conquest.
So Ulek could have a chance to rebuild.
And that's what I find so fascinating about Patriots of Ulek.
What's that?
It's not just a standalone adventure. It has real consequences for the whole world of Greyhawk.
It's like a seed that can grow into a whole campaign.
Exactly.
So there you have it.
That's Patriots of Ulek.
A classic module.
Full of action and intrigue.
And it's a great example of how to take a simple premise,
a nation under attack, and turn it into a truly memorable adventure.
So what are your final thoughts?
Well, I think it's a testament to the power of good storytelling in D&D.
Oh, for sure.
It's got everything. Action, intrigue, moral dilemmas.
Yeah. And it's not just for Greyhawk either.
Right. You could easily adapt it to any setting.
Whether you're fighting orcs, demons, or whatever.
Exactly. The core elements of the story.
Like what?
The desperate defense, the political intrigue, the sacrifices that people have to make.
Yeah, all that stuff is universal.
You can find it in any good story.
So before we go, don't forget to check out the link to the PDF.
It's in the video description.
Totally free.
And let us know in the comments what your favorite classic D&D module is.
And as always, like and subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss any future episodes of The Deep Dive.
Well, see you next time.
Keep those dice rolling.